Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Deadly Premonition, the Director's Cut. York is just here busy preventing this van from driving into the objective spot. It's all in the name of safety. Mr. Dog 2400. Look, we're not letting anyone drive through this, okay? You're just going to have to deal with it. What we are going to do is we're going to take out some smokes. And we are going to kill some time until 2200 when Nick gets here. So we're just going to do that. And before we can even really light it up, it's going to be over with. Okay. Well, that van's gone. I guess that van didn't want to wait around for like an hour and a half. Let's do this thing.
Nick's still in the bar.
Just as we planned, then. I wonder what happens next.
Agent York, you're really enjoying this, aren't you? I have to admit, I envy that.
Agent York, Nick is leaving the bar.
What about Diane?
She isn't here tonight.
Emily, check that with George.
George, can you hear me? Nick's leaving the bar. What's happening with Diane?
No movement. Tell me what to do here.
Stay put, George. I'm thinking Nick will head to the gallery. Let's meet up there.
10-4. Copy that.
Agent York, it's Nick.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's go.
Okay. Time to play with the big boys, Nick.
That's right, Nick. You're going down. I'm just going to drive behind you real slow. That's not slow enough. Okay, let's get it nice and blue. Nice and blue. We're all friends here. I noticed that the unearthly glow in Nick's eyes when he leaves the bar is not here in the director's cut. I do seem to remember that in the original, when he steps out of the bar, he has this weird reflection in his eyes. All right, turning the corners is something we need to be careful with, because if we're too fast, then we get too close to him, see, and he might notice us. But we don't want to get too far away, otherwise we're going to lose him. Losing Nick doesn't actually make much sense in this context, I think, because we figure he's going to the bar, no, not the museum, and we're right, he does go there. And George is there, so he'll see Nick when he gets there. So we would fail this if we lost Nick, but I don't know if we should. Because if we lost him, we would just head to the museum and he'd be there. Well, whatever. This is a very tense chase sequence. Tense in that we are driving extremely slowly, and if you get impatient and go too fast, he'll notice us, and then, well, we have to do it over again. So just, keep our normal attitude in mind. Slow, relaxed, taking our time, seeing the sights. You see, Nick observes traffic. He had stopped because there was someone turning in front of him, I think. We don't do that. So it's kind of weird to have to follow the moves of someone who is actually observing the rules of the road and respecting other traffic. Isn't that right, Emily and Thomas? It's like if there was a red light right here, Nick probably would stop for it. That's certainly not something we do. cool, take it calm, take it collected. It's raining right now, so that flower that George wants would be out, but once again, we would not be able to leave the car. That's been happening during this playthrough. Where frequently, when we've been out and about on the town, it's been nice weather. Yeah, there's a flower on the map. You can see it. And frequently it's been raining only during the emergencies when we can't leave the car. Oh, speed up a little bit. Or some parts where I didn't want to leave the car because Emily and George were in the car with me and I wanted to get their conversations. Of course, if we don't advance the plot and we just go to sleep and, wake up the next day, the weather does cycle, so you would eventually get a rainy day when you have nothing to do. And then you could pick a flower at your leisure, wait for the proper weather for George to be at his house, go visit him. There is a car in front of Nick. I guess that's been the case this whole time. I don't know if Nick would be going any faster if that car wasn't there. I mentioned before that I wondered if, in the original vision of the game, of Rainy Woods, I wondered if more detective work was intended. Things like tailing people around the town to learn their routines and learn where they go and try to uncover any secrets they might have. And, the sequence you're doing right now is basically that. I kind of wonder if in the original vision of the game, if there was going to be more stuff like this. And then maybe, they implemented one of these tailing missions, and maybe people really didn't like it. Maybe it was very unpopular because it was so slow and so easy to fail. So they decided to only implement one of these and not have more of the game based on it. I mean, this is just a guess on my part. I do think that the whole expanding the investigation part of the game would be cool, but then again, if it were to play like this, it would be very frustrating. Alright, the tail branches off. Becky's house is on the right, so we're heading to the museum on the left. Actually, how is it that Nick has the courage to be out on the town when it's raining? Because we all know everyone goes home when it rains. Everything closes down, everyone goes home. No one does anything. I mean, Emily and Thomas here, they must be, really fighting against their natural instincts to just go home and lock the doors because it's raining right now. That's the signal that, you're not supposed to do anything. You're not working. Work is closed. The police are closed when it's raining. I mean, I suppose the police wouldn't be necessary since everyone just knows to go home and lock your doors when it rains. No one's going to be out on the town. There wouldn't be a need for police. So this is very unusual behavior from Nick. Very suspicious behavior for someone who resides in Greenvale. This should be a red flag. Nick just goes out and drives around when it rains, huh? What is this man up to? Oh, here we go. We made it. Did it.
We'd all have halos by now if I was driving.
I think someone's putting a curse on all the cars I drive recently.
Agent York, Nick's getting away.
Don't worry, time to get serious. Hold on, you two. This might get bumpy.
I just want to point out that I did not have my windshield wipers on before that cutscene. That was an inaccurate cutscene. I feel it should have accurately represented the state of the car.
George,
No, he hasn't showed up here.
what about Diane? Any movement?
No action here at all. Did something happen?
Yes, a little. But George, something's different about you. Are you okay?
Actually, I had a little drink while I was waiting. This is my first murder case, after all. I'm on edge, and I needed one. It was only a little, though. I'm still in control.
Zach, Nick and Diane are probably both inside.
George, you're sure you didn't see Nick?
Positive. I haven't taken my eyes from the entrance all night.
Not that I don't trust you, George. But I'm positive Nick is here. Is there another entrance?
Not that I know of.
Well, I'll go look for one. Help me out if you can, would you?
George, our magic poncho appeared. George feeling a little tipsy, saying he took a little drink, or maybe he's just feeling the rush of adrenaline from, heavy physical activity that he might have been engaged in right before we got here. Actually, how does that happen with Nick? Nick is here. His car's not. So how did that happen? Investigating that grass, Thomas? It could be possible. Right, this is going to be covered with vines, so we can't get in there. Oh yeah, that's right. And we got some shadows. They're up and about. We can't actually bring them... Oh, shotgun. He's got shotgun. We can't actually bring them around to the front where everyone else is. Why did York say yes? Did a shadow shoot like a box or something, or a crate? Infinite onions are still here, so no concerns about that. We could still sleep here if we wanted to, just if we wanted to. Yeah, these shadows are not going to come around to the front. Oh, Thomas is sleeping standing up. I can relate with that. With, Nick, I can relate with that. With, Nick, I can relate with that. With, Diane, I can relate with that. With, Diane, I can relate with that. With, Nick, I can relate with that. With, Diane, 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 I can just feeling so tired you're just out on your feet and you're just trying to put up the charade of that you are awake and aware and a responsible adult, and no, don't worry about me, I'm fine, just go do something else while I deal with this crushing tiredness. No, don't have any ammo for that. Well, I don't need any ammo for Grekotch. Yeah, here they come. And, well, George is just not going to see any of it, unfortunately.
Amazing. Yes.
The one downside to the Infinite Magnum is that it does only hold 4 bullets at a time, so you will be reloading frequently when using it. Let's see, was there also something else over here? Let me just check this out. Yeah, there's a trading card back here. What we got? We got Nick. His trading card is right back here with his big smiling face. He's always in a good mood, that Nick Cormack. Just ask his wife. He's always thrilled to have conversation about whatever topic you want to talk about. He's a bundle of smiles. While we're back here, we might as well just do this. Don't know if I'll need to do that, but just make things a little bit more convenient, I guess. Alright, so we weren't able to access this before, but we can now.
Emily, I want you guys to...
Wait out here, I know. I'm not gonna fight you about this anymore. But promise me this. If there's trouble, then you'll call us in, okay? You might not think so, but we're a team.
A team?
That's what I think, at least, and I'm interested in you and Zach. I don't want anything to happen to you before I hear more about you two.
Oh. Okay. Well... I guess I have to do that low-speed chase again. Alright. Give me a bit. Well, I was about to say that I do like how Emily starts to imitate York's mannerisms at this point, and has now mentioned Zach herself. But, that's just something, have to put that to the side right now, because there's something I have to do, and that is I need to replay the game up to, where we were. Unfortunately, that low-speed chase can't really be sped up, can it? No, it can't. Okay. All right.